Gildan Media, a division of Recorded Books, presents Start Your Own Business, the only startup book you'll ever need. 7th edition. By the staff of Entrepreneur Media Incorporated and Jennifer Merritt. Narrated by Pam Ward. Forward by Jason Pfeiffer, Editor-in-Chief, Entrepreneur Magazine. Inevitably, at every gathering of entrepreneurs that I speak to, someone will raise their hand and ask me a version of this question. It's said that 9 out of 10 businesses fail. What do you say to people who don't want to be one of the failures? And I reply, that statistic is misleading. It shouldn't scare you. In fact, it should encourage you. First, let's dispel the statistic itself. 9 out of 10 businesses do not fail. About half survive past 4 years, according to a study from the Small Business Administration, and a third of the ones that close were successful at the time of close. So why did they close? It appears that many owners may have executed a planned exit strategy, closed a business without excess debt, sold the viable business, or retired from the workforce. The study says, it's impossible to say that a closed business is, by its very nature, a failure. A closed business could be a successful business, but just one that came to its natural end. The point is, we need to define for ourselves what success and failure looks like. If you launch a business and it supports your family for 4 years, is that a success? What about a decade? Must it outlive you, passed down for 2 generations? 3, 5. Here's how I answer these questions for myself. I don't care about longevity. I am successful if I seized an opportunity, if I made something happen for myself, built something with my own ingenuity, or created something I was proud of. And when that thing comes to an end, that's when I learn from the experience and go seek another opportunity to seize. This leads us to the other important part of that misleading statistic. Even if it were true that 9 out of 10 businesses fail, that doesn't mean 9 out of 10 entrepreneurs fail. To an entrepreneur, a failed business is simply a data point. It teaches us what to do better next time. The greatest entrepreneurs in the world have cycled through many, many businesses before they hit upon their billion-dollar idea. At no point did these people give up. They didn't close one business, declare themselves a failure, and get a desk job somewhere to toil away in obscurity. No, they dusted themselves off and started again. So, let's look at that question again. It's said that 9 out of 10 businesses fail. What do you say to people who don't want to be one of the failures? I say that you are not a failure, regardless of what happens. By simply taking the leap into entrepreneurship, you are seeking to take control of your own life. You will stumble along the way. It's inevitable. Entrepreneurship is not a smooth or easy ride. You'll need to be nimble, humble, and willing to ask very uncomfortable questions. You'll need to sacrifice. You'll need to make hard decisions and say no more often than you say yes. This book can help you along the most challenging early hurdles. You will need to embrace systems and processes, even if you've always thought of yourself as a freewheeling person. You'll need to make consequential financial decisions like whether to buy an existing business or launch a new one, and whether to pay for real estate or start solely online. You may need to hire employees and become a good manager and leader. You'll need to learn marketing, sharpen your sales skills, and embrace customer service. Is it easy? No. But nothing great is easy. If you're willing to do all this, to truly put in the work, embrace the emotional challenges, and make the decisions that are best for the long-term health of your business, then I promise you, by some measure, you will succeed. And if your business eventually crashes and burns, well, then take heart. It happens to the best of us. And it just means you're one step closer to lasting success. On your mark. Why did you pick up this book? Perhaps you know you want to be an entrepreneur and take charge of your own life. You've already got a great idea for a business you're sure will be a hit. Or perhaps you think somewhere in the back of your mind that maybe you might like to start your own business, but you're not sure what venture to start, what entrepreneurship is really like, and whether it's for you. Whichever of these categories you fall into, you've come to the right place. In Part 1, Think, we'll show you what it means to be an entrepreneur. Use our personal goals and objectives worksheet to decide if entrepreneurship is right for you. Don't have a business idea or not sure if your idea will fly? You'll learn the secrets to spotting trends before they happen, and for coming up with dozens of surefire business ideas. We'll also discuss multiple ways of going into business, including part- and full-time entrepreneurship. Finally, we'll show you the different options for startup, including starting from scratch, purchasing an existing business, or buying into a franchise or business opportunity system. Planning is key to every thriving business. In Part 2, Plan, you'll learn just what you need to do to lay the groundwork for success. Find out how to pinpoint your target market, plus dozens of ways to do market research, from hiring experts to money-saving, do-it-yourself tips. Since the name you choose can make or break your business, we'll share plenty of techniques for coming up with a perfect moniker, one that will attract customers to your company in droves. And don't forget the nuts and bolts necessities like choosing a legal structure, corporation, partnership, sole proprietorship, and more. You'll discover all the information you need to guide you through these often confusing steps to startup. A business plan is your roadmap to success, guiding the growth of your business at every stage along the way. We'll show you how to craft a business plan that puts you on the fast track. Finally, find out why you need professional advisors to help you through your startup, and learn how to select an accountant and an attorney who can help you make money without costing you a bundle. Speaking of money, every entrepreneur knows that adequate startup capital is essential to success. But just where do you find that crucial cash? In Part 3, Fund, we give you the inside scoop on getting the money you need. Plus, you'll discover dozens of sources of capital. We will show you secrets to financing your business yourself, how to tap into the most common source of startup financing, family and friends, plus places you may never have thought of to look for money. We'll also introduce you to the idea of turning to the crowd for funding. Do you stand a chance of getting venture capital or attracting private investors? You'll find out in this section. And if you're looking for a loan, look no further for the secrets to finding the right bank. We explain what bankers look for when evaluating a loan application and how to make sure yours makes the grade. Seeking money from Uncle Sam? You'll learn all the details about dozens of loan programs from the government, including special assistance for women and minority entrepreneurs. Whatever your needs, you're sure to find a financing source that's right for you. As they say, there's no time like the present. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's start creating your business. Part 1. Think. Chapter 1. Introduction. Chapter 2. Taking the plunge. Get ready to be an entrepreneur. Chapter 3. Good idea. How do I know if I have a great idea for a business? Chapter 4. Good timing. Should you launch your business part or full-time? Chapter 5. Build it or buy it. Starting a business versus buying one. Chapter 1. Introduction. With the purchase of this book, you've taken your first step on the road to entrepreneurship. It's not a step to be taken lightly, which is why buying this book may be the smartest thing you'll ever do for your business. Start your own business can have a major impact on your life. We meet people all the time who tell us how this book or Entrepreneur magazine changed their lives, and few are sorry they took the leap into business ownership. Whether they have succeeded or not, Almost no one regrets the journey. Start Your Own Business is designed as a roadmap to help you plan a course for your own journey to business ownership. We're here to show you the best routes to take, help you avoid the potholes and road closures, and navigate the curves and detours. Some will tell you that the journey you're about to take is a hazardous one, but not with us at your side. Start Your Own Business prepares you every step of the way. We're here to instruct and encourage you, to show you new ways to do things, and remind you of the tried and true pathways to success. You wouldn't go on a climbing adventure without the proper gear, right? Think of Start Your Own Business as part of your entrepreneurship gear kit. Refer to it every step of the way, starting with how to assess whether your idea for a business is a good one, or learn how to get an idea for a business if not, to finally opening the doors to your new venture. Along the way, we provide forms, worksheets, and checklists you can use in your business to make sure you're on the right track. Since business ideas, trends, and strategies constantly change, we strive to keep Start Your Own Business up to date. For the 7th edition, we've updated and revised, or expanded, every chapter, and added new ones, too. In fact, Part 7, Engage, is updated with new sections on making the most of social media and on building an incredible web presence, well beyond your website, that will get your idea noticed. We start by showing you how to attract visitors to your website, keep them there, and make sure they return for more. Next, we move on to social media marketing and networking. If you haven't jumped on the social media bandwagon yet, your business can't afford to be left behind. We show you how to use social tools to network with potential customers and connect and engage with your audience, and keep up the conversation. Because in today's marketing landscape, that's how brands are built. We have also added chapters on running your business virtually, using the latest smartphone, tablet, and computer technology to connect seamlessly, and engaging with newer funding options that are readily available, such as crowdfunding platforms. Many business resources have been updated for this edition. Finally, there's an appendix that's chock full of resources with contact information. We list business associations, federal agencies, books, magazines, and other publications in areas ranging from advertising and marketing to accounting and taxes. We even provide internet resources and equipment manufacturers. Starting your own business isn't as frightening or risky as some would have you believe, but it's a journey that shouldn't be taken alone. And that's why you bought Start Your Own Business. We're glad you've chosen us to take this exciting journey with you. You'll be a smarter traveler for it. Let the journey begin. Chapter 2. Taking the Plunge. Get ready to be an entrepreneur. Some people worry if they have what it takes to be an entrepreneur. If this is you, stop worrying. We firmly believe anyone with the desire and the initiative can be an entrepreneur. And since you purchased this book, it's likely you have both. But just because you can be an entrepreneur doesn't mean that now is the right time to take the plunge. This chapter will help you determine if you're ready for entrepreneurship right now, or if you should hold off for a bit. The entrepreneurial personality. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people start their own businesses. But while most succeed, yes, that's the truth, many fail. Why? One of the common causes of startup failure is lack of preparation. People come to the entrepreneurial path from different directions. Increasingly, some start fresh out of college or after a stint at home raising their kids, or simply because the idea of retiring is abhorrent to them. Most, though, come to entrepreneurship straight out of the workforce, and many of them dabble in their would-be business before they take the plunge completely, testing ideas on the side while maintaining a day job. Quitting a full-time job to start a business isn't a decision to be taken lightly. You should be sure now is the right time to get started. First, you need to ask yourself some questions. Do you have enough money? If you have a family, are they ready for this? Is there a need for a product or service like yours? Parts 1, 2, and 3 of this book will help you answer those questions. Warning: if you have a family, make sure they understand the emotional and financial sacrifices business success requires. When your family doesn't support your business, if they're always saying, "Can't you leave that alone and come to dinner?" it's going to be tough to make your business work. If your family isn't ready for you to become an entrepreneur, this may not be the right time. Full steam ahead. Many successful entrepreneurs say a sense of urgency that made starting their businesses not just a desire but a necessity was their driving force. One entrepreneur's advice: you'll know the time is right when you can honestly say, "I'll put my house, jewelry, and other personal collateral on the line to attain the startup money I need for the long-term rewards I deserve." We're not recommending you put up your home, though more than a few entrepreneurs started that way. But that willingness to risk everything likely means you're ready to start now. What motivates potential entrepreneurs to stop daydreaming about business ownership and actually do something about it? Am I an entrepreneur or entrepreneur-ish? It's entirely possible to have an entrepreneurial mindset, but not have the personality or drive to be an entrepreneur. According to psychology, a mindset is a belief or set of beliefs that orient how we assess, approach, and handle various situations. Our mindset also determines how we view and approach the world. For most of us, mindset is a bit like autopilot. It's our go-to way of thinking about just about everything. Personality, on the other hand, comes from little individual differences in patterns of thinking, feeling, and behaving, according to the American Psychology Association. Combined, it is these things that make us who we are. You're introspective, or perhaps impulsive. Maybe you're a risk-taker, or rather conservative. You could also be outgoing, or reserved and sensitive. What does this have to do with whether you're the entrepreneurial type? Well, mindset isn't fixed. You can take steps to change how you approach problems and how you assess and implement solutions. But psychologists say personality is generally fixed. You are who you are, and it's difficult to change. Not that you'd want to. Plenty of people have an entrepreneurial mindset. Those people are likely to assess situations or problems as opportunities. They approach a solution with a view toward new ideas, a different way of thinking. They're eager to solve things in new ways and bring a flexible frame of mind to everything they do. In contrast, someone with a rigid mindset would see things much more methodically. But not all those people have the personality of an entrepreneur. What is that personality exactly? For one, most entrepreneurs have high levels of confidence. They aren't afraid to take risks, sometimes big ones. They're okay with failure, usually. They are highly adaptable. Throw anything at them, they'll manage. And they're extremely outgoing. If you've got an entrepreneurial mindset but not an entrepreneurial personality, you're probably entrepreneur-ish. It's an extremely valuable trait in the workplace, but think twice before taking the plunge, at least on your own, if your personality doesn't match. While many people think one single incident, such as getting fired or being passed over for a promotion, is the impetus for becoming your own boss, most experts agree it's usually a series of desires and frustrations that leads to entrepreneurship. A fundamental desire to control their own destinies ranks very high on most entrepreneurs' lists of reasons for starting their own businesses. This need is so strong that entrepreneurs will risk family, future, and careers to be their own boss. Some people aren't able to feel truly fulfilled working for someone else. They simply cannot be happy following someone else's plan or taking orders from a boss. They're often convinced they have a better way or an idea that would revolutionize their industry, or at least their little corner of it. And working within a corporate structure is simply stifling that improvement. But opportunity comes in other guises, too. It might be when potential customers start calling you because they've been told you're the go-to person for what they need. Or perhaps a business in your area is struggling, and you know you can make it work. Or maybe you feel as if you're underemployed, working below your potential salary or your skill level, or not putting your skills and talents to their best use. Perhaps there's a need for the product or service you want to provide, or you've simply figured out a better or new way to do something. FYI. Need inspiration? Check out TED.com/talks for inspirational speeches on almost any topic. While the site's subject matter covers everything from fitness to raising kids, its target audience is anybody with an entrepreneurial spirit. Speakers of all kinds, including many entrepreneurs, offer new ideas, inspiring thoughts, and powerful motivation you can use to empower yourself to live the life you desire. Reality check. Once you've made the decision to break away, there are several things you should do before taking the next step. Conducting thorough market research is a must. Make sure you have enough cash, not only for the business, but also to sustain your life, and discuss the decision with your family. You'll find out more about all these steps in parts 1, 2, and 3 of this book. Remember, the rewards of small business ownership are not instantaneous. You must be determined, patient, persistent, and willing to make sacrifices to ensure those rewards eventually come. You'll need to prepare for the responsibilities that come with business ownership. When things go wrong, the buck stops with you. You won't have the luxury of going home at 5 o'clock while the boss stays all night to fix a chaotic situation. Someone whose only desire is to get rich quick probably won't last long, owning his or her own business. Through surveys and research, we know that successful entrepreneurs share some common personality traits, the most important of which is confidence. They possess confidence not only in themselves, but also in their ability to sell their ideas, set up a business, and trust their intuition along the way. The business world is fiercely competitive, and it's the entrepreneurs with confidence who survive. Your strengths and weaknesses. It's rare that one person possesses all the qualities needed to be successful in business. Everyone has strong suits and weak points. What's important is to understand your strengths and weaknesses. To do this, you need to evaluate the major achievements in your personal and professional life and the skills you used to accomplish them. The following steps can help. 1. Create a personal resume. Compose a resume that lists your professional and personal experiences, as well as your expertise. For each job, describe the duties you are responsible for and the degree of your success. Include professional skills, educational background, hobbies, and accomplishments that required expertise or special knowledge. Be honest with your answers. You're only doing this for yourself. When complete, this resume will give you a better idea of the kind of business that best suits your interests and experience. 2. Analyze your personal attributes. Are you friendly and self-motivated? Are you a hard worker? Do you have common sense? Are you well organized? Evaluating your personal attributes reveals your likes and dislikes, as well as strengths and weaknesses. If you don't feel comfortable around other people, then a business that requires a lot of customer interaction might not be right for you. Or you may want to hire a people person to handle customer service. 3. Analyze your professional attributes. Small business owners wear many different hats, but that doesn't mean you have to be a jack of all trades. Just be aware of the areas where you're competent and where you need help, such as sales, marketing, advertising, and administration. Next to each function, record your competency level: excellent, good, fair, or poor. A few fair and poor responses doesn't mean you aren't up for it. It just means you'll need to gain expertise or find someone to help you in these areas. FYI. There are more than 31,000 groups with nearly 14.8 million members worldwide dedicated to entrepreneurs on meetup.com. That number has more than quadrupled in just 5 years. Find one that suits you at meetup.com/topics/entrepreneurship, and you can join a group. Then meet up for entrepreneurial events, networking, support, and even socializing. You'll also find more than 4,000 groups related to entrepreneurship on LinkedIn. Some are general, but many are more segmented, including by industry, region, and goals. Find groups that match your needs, and you can begin to interact with like-minded entrepreneurs. Go for the goal. In addition to evaluating your strengths and weaknesses, it's important to define your business goals. For some people, the goal is the freedom to do what they want when they want without anyone telling them otherwise. For others, the goal is financial security. From the horse's mouth. One of the best ways to determine if now is the best time to start a business is to meet with other entrepreneurs and see what they do and how they do it. Looking at their life and talking about entrepreneurship can help you figure out if you're ready. Often when you talk to someone who's done it, they'll tell you all the negative things about owning a business, like the time they had to work a 24-hour day, or when the power went out right as they were trying to meet a huge deadline. But those are the things you need to hear about before you get started. In addition to meeting with successful entrepreneurs, you might want to talk to a few who weren't so successful. Find out what went wrong with their ventures so you can avoid these problems. Many potential business owners find it useful to attend entrepreneurial seminars or classes. You can often find such courses at community colleges, continuing education programs near you, or online. Others seek assistance from consulting firms that specialize in helping small businesses get off the ground. Associations and organizations, both private and public, such as SCORE or Small Business Development Centers, are eager to assist you. Don't hesitate to ask for assistance. These people want to help you succeed. Setting goals is an integral part of choosing the business that's right for you. After all, if your business doesn't meet your personal goals, you probably won't be happy waking up each morning and trying to make the business a success. Sooner or later, you'll stop putting forth the effort needed to make the concept work. Should you go solo? Solopreneurs are a powerful and growing force in today's career landscape. A solopreneur is a business owner who works and runs his or her business alone. A solopreneur is also the proverbial chief cook and bottle washer who started the business, owns the business, runs the business, and is responsible for the business failure or success. The benefits of solopreneurship are better experienced than reported. That said, if you're curious about the lives of these disentangled, high-risk, high-reward captains of their own fate, and are considering taking the same plunge, here's what you can expect. 1. You can be a workaholic if you want to. Workaholics get a bad rap for all the wrong reasons. If working relentlessly is your thing, then you get to do it. No holds barred. No boss to please, no employees to harass, just doing what you love, burnout or not. 2. You get to keep what you make. Yes, you have to pay taxes, quite a bit.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?